Everyone at home and to my guests today. Hey guys, langishisila kanjani?
I do right because
Yaband. Amo sini lapha amelo phongekuthiwa aba like sensitive elangeni.
Yeah, liyashisa bright but
Is it true that amelo phonga lento achatha nge ultraman?
I don't know.
Is it maybe? Who knows? Hey guys, before we start today, ngifuna nje ukutshela about something It's been around for a long time for like women, but I thought today I'd actually just start off with this. How do you get to a shopping center, please? Most of the time.
Walk, no man give
But
I prefer to walk, to be honest.
Okay.
Personally.
I prefer taking a taxi.
Ever thought about e-hailing like women? Like if I in an Uber?
Back on these guys doing meter taxi.
Yeah, I know they meter taxi, but do you know the prices of meter taxi now, like e-hailing, are different, right?
Yeah.
So did you know which e-app like e-hailing? Like it's actually from Upumen. You didn't know?
I also didn't know that.
It's called Pop Taxi. Who's got data now? I beg. Because you can't compare. Like you can actually check it out.
Yeah, you come on the app.
Pop Taxi. So imagine
Getting
around to Upumen.
Well, that's actually great. I'll look into it and use
Like,
it.
when your boyfriend wants to pick you up, e-hailing.
But are you sure with the price you take over going?
Very reasonable then. But the thing is, it's still new, so you might not find a lot of people using it yet. So as I'm saying, right now is the start. As I'm saying, look for it now. Tell people around. We have an e-hailing service. Imagine.
Pop Taxi.
Yeah. Found that out recently. Actually, I found that a long time ago, but then and then I found it. It's actually, if you go on Google Play Store, you can find it.
That's a good one.
She teaches at one of the schools. So why where I am, because I was driving around that day, and then what's no, it's fine, and get requested. Then I so corner in Taxify for me.
I think they Taxify as well. But anyway, apart from that, because I just wanted to actually just mention that with women, we're actually quite going into advanced. Anyway, guys, please introduce yourselves. Give us a short background of who you are. I think right by now.
Ladies first.
No, let's try and change this thing of ladies first. Let's try and change it. So let's do gentlemen first.
Like higher. It's ladies first. So house rules.
Okay, I'll obey. So yeah, so this is Amanda Mnikathi, born and bred like Upomeni. Ngikhulele kule ndawo and yeah, ngifundele lana. I matriculated 2012 eMthombo. Then after that ngaqala career yami ukufunda eDamelini, which I graduated 2016. Then ngaqala ke ngangena ku industry yokusebenza, and again I'm also now currently enrolled at UNISA doing my LLB.
What did you study at Damelin?
Ngangenza human resource management. Yeah.
How was that?
It was a good experience, but yeah, I just decided to change the route, so now I'm doing the LLB. I think that's my passion.
Passion, yeah. Why? Why in particular? I mean, the passion, you must be passionate about explaining it as well.
I think the passion, I mean, like looking at it, is it these days a thing representative. So the reason why I answered Ugewenza Ilo is because I believe in Funukmela Abatabasha, Eking and Amapeganas. So I want to represent them. Kunama unsolved cases, asifiki kuvuthondaba because mhlawumbe abantu abanayo imali noma asiyenzi leya research nani. So if you are passionate enough, you make sure every case onayo ifika kuvuthondaba. So I'm here ukulekelela lokho.
Azobuchazeka lokho abanzi ngaloko ngoba so interested nasabantu abasha sinama case.
Yeah.
My friend Sabelo, please give us a background, man, and tell people who you are.
Yeah. Okay, igama Sabelo Xaba. I'm born and bred in Mkhie. Ngamatriculator eHowick High. Bengihlala eDaggle when I was in high school. Between iDaggle neMkhie. Ngamatriculator 2007, 2008 took a gap year. 2009 I enrolled into chiropractic at DUT in Durban. So I studied there for about 5 years. Ngagcina ngishiyile with the BTech degree from chiropractic. And then ngabuya ngeza la eMkhie. So during the 2 years that I was here, we started a running club, ngaqala business le eMkhie horseback tours. Then I went back to Durban. I studied another course. It's called the certificate in naturology. So whilst I was working at Discovery, that's what I was studying part-time. Once I qualified, I resigned in end of 2021. And then I've been back here in Howick for the last year and a half. And manje, I'm about to go in to start my own practice in Howick.
And don't mention that you're a rapper here.
Oh, yes, I'm also an artist.
With the shades,
part-time.
Future is bright.
Yeah, no. I've done music since 2015 up until today, yeah.
What's one of your favorite songs, bro? Because I have a favorite, but I want to ask you, what's your favorite song from your catalog till now?
From my songs?
Yeah, what's your favorite songs from your songs?
Mkhie.
No, you must share it one day. He'll play it for you one day. Maybe like actually rap it at the end of the show. Who knows?
16 bars.
16 bars.
Just.
Okay.
Sure.
Then, okay, Amanda. Now, recently someone just called me up. I said, yo, you have to meet this girl, Amanda. She's doing amazing things. I'm like, Amanda, okay, I have to meet this person. And then she sends me your number. As I save the number, I'm like, go back now the number, Amanda. I look, I'm like, how am I? Oh, she's doing amazing things. This I have to hear. Yeah. So tell me about Ithemba Labasha. That's something new that I haven't heard about, and I'm hearing that you're doing some amazing things.
So today, for now, let's do away with Amanda. City Ithemba Labasha. So just a brief background.
Before we go, why would you do away with Amanda?
The reason why I'm doing away for Amanda is because ngifuna umuntu akwazi ukurelate sondele kumina. Not because omunye uzothi uAmonga yahlangana naye emgaqweni but angikwazi ukukhuluma naye. You're judging my personality. But mangithi Ithemba Labasha, you buy into the vision. Ithemba Labasha ubone ukuthi wamukelekile. Because manje moya amo as a person uzothola ukuthi uzosaba uzoba nale fear. So I'm just removing the fear mangisusa igama lami ngithi iza njengethemba Labasha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Okay, continue.
So just on ukhuluma ukuthi ngethemba Labasha, let me just give background ukuthi understand Ithemba Labasha liqhamuke kanjani into place. So kahle Ithemba Labasha lizalwa isenzo kuhle community service. So melizalwa isenzo kuhle community service Ithemba Labasha then lazaleka ngoba manje sibona igap lokuthi kambe umuntu omusha singamlekelela kanjani kwi community yethu esihlala kuyona. Looking at some of the challenges that abantu abasha babhekana nazo, uthola ukuthi yes services are there kodwa bawasebenzisi futhi nawo ama service akhona wakhona ukubasiza ngendlela abathanda ukusiza ngayo. So siyazi ukuthi youth idalento yokuthi ufuna ukwenzeka izinto ngendlela yazo. So Ithemba Labasha ke lizele ukuzobanikeza iplatform efana naleyo yokuthi ukwazi ukukhuluma nomuntu olingana nawe, ukwazi ukuthola umuntu ozorelate entweni obhekele nayo bese sikwazi ukukusiza going forward. So Ithemba Labasha lizobuyisa ithemba kubantu, lizoba restore, lizoba rebuilder, lizobuyisa konke bekade sekulahlekile likutshela ukuthi you can still do it njengomuntu omusha with no boundaries.
So how are you going about doing that?
So okwamanje ngisenza ama-awareness la ngivashela khona iy'kole ezasemngeni ngaphakathi la sisa-introduce khona Ithemba Labasha ukuthi umuntu omusha azi ukuthi kusukela manje uma enenkinga mhlambe ekhaya abhekene nazo angasathatha intamba aze ngabulale sekukhona Ithemba Labasha umuntu ongamxoxela inkinga yakho sibone ukuthi awusizakali yini. Not doing away with professional sectors lawa khona. Yes, we are going to use them, but uqala siyenza Ithemba Labasha liza naleyo friendly relationship kumuntu omusha ukuze manje sikwazi ukuconfide asibe nendawo la sikwazi ukukhuluma khona inkinga zethu sikwazi ukusiza. That's not the program eyodwa esiyenzayo siphinde futhi sibe ne-program within ngaphakathi kwithemba labasha ukuthi we are trying to do noma si create i-platform la sizoyenza khona izinto sisuse intsha mhlambe kuma drugs nalapha but sibakhiphe busy ezizoba motivator lezi abazenzayo. So we are Ithemba Labasha is ready to tackle or to meet abantu abasha kwindlela kwi-capacity yabo.
Okay, so you've met my friend uFakazi, angithi?
Yes, I have.
How would you convince uFakazi to join this Ithemba Labasha movement?
Okay, first it goes with the vision. So ukufika kwami ngingafika ngithi Fakazi unjani. So uFakazi ngiya already uzongamukela but mina mangimxoxela ngethemba labasha first thing engiyaziyo siqhamuke emakhaya la singenayo khona isupport la ungenayo khona umuntu ozokulalela. So the first thing engizombuza yena uFakazi ngizombuza ukuthi what is your vision to life? And then ngesikhathi engitshela lokho mase ngithi yazi ukuthi ngikhona just to make sure ukuthi leyo vision yakho ngingakwazi ukukusiza go 1 no 2 no 3 singakhulumi ngecapital because most of the time thina silekha isupport, the emotional support, the mental support uthola ukuthi asikwazi ukuqhubha izinto zethu ekufanele ngelinye ilanga zisifakele capital. So sikhonela lokho ukuthi sikwazi ukulekelela your well-being.
What if, okay, one of the things the vision is a very important thing. I also believe in having a vision, but a lot of people lack the imagination to even start having a vision like Pomen, which is the problem that we deal with. We are but not enough people are part of it or buy into it.
Yeah.
Which is the reason I would say Baleka vision. My thing is, how do we open people's eyes up to the potential that they have was born? Even Sabelo, if you want to answer that question as well, if you want to add on to the question, you can add something into it.
I think, for me, is especially for abantu abasha ukuthi create leyo vision noma leyo dream in a young person. The best way to do it ukuthi labantu aba successful amongst ourselves bangabi too detached from the community. Yeah, I think that's a very important part because ungathola ukuthi ngiyi-successful businessman manje Thembelani, but I live in the same streets as you. Kodwa because manje sengiyi-successful wena usuyastrugglisha so ngibuka ngelinye so ekubeni sikhule nawe yabo we are able to relate on most topics, but just because manje sengiyi-successful mina usungibuka as umuntu okude nawe. I think that's a big responsibility for that falls on abantu abaphumelele that are still around the community, abanye that don't live in the community ukuthi they must find a way ukuthi ba constantly to interact with the community ukuze umuntu mayekhanda vision about themselves. Let's say ukuthi nomunye umuntu ufuna ukubusoma business njengawo or another child ufuna to run their own podcast njengawo akubone lokho kuyi-possibility.
Sure.
Because umuntu oseduze kwabo i-information nokuthi benzeni kanjani, what steps do they need to take bayithole eduze from people that they can relate to, not people they see on TV or read about in newspapers or hear on the radio. For me, I think it makes a big deal in giving a child that belief in themselves, which their dream is achievable. Yeah.
Do you remember the question?
Yeah, I think I do remember the question. It's all about having a vision. So like hence I said, Ithemba Labasha, the first objective or the main purpose of it is to rebuild umuntu omusha. So the thing of a vision, it's a good thing yokuqala empilweni yomuntu because now ngesikhathi u-approacha i-youth noma ukhuluma nabantu u-lacks vision awuyindawo. So there is a power yomuntu one-vision. So I believe ukuthi the unseen controls what is seen today. So uma umuntu ophilayo ungenayo i-vision okuchaza ukuthi angeke uzube ilutho. So sithina ke siyithemba labasha sizo influencer again kubantu abasha sibabuild ukuthi have a vision. I-vision yona ekulethela focus in life. Bese focus yakho uba dedicated, and once we are dedicated we are able to tap into your destiny. Because manje it needs us ukuthi sazi ukuthi the power of controlling anything or changing anything first begins with a vision. So i-vision ibalulekile uma umuntu.
Manje awuntsempa uma speech esikoleni. Ngiyakubona isikela bana ngoba goqa obaqede isikela.
Yes. I think that's one of the gifts that I always appreciate because I'm outspoken, and from esikoleni they will tell you abantu abafunde nami they know ukuthi ukhaya no Amanda kune impact enhle. So I'm always there and always ready to stand for omunye umuntu more than ukuzimela mina, because ukuzimela mina I think it comes natural, but it's also take lokho kwangisiza ekutheni being outspoken helps ukuthi ngikwazi ukukhulumela even the next person standing next to me ukuze
Okay.
ngizakwazi.
Yes, strong lo muntu, you must watch out. Strong young woman. Yeah. Please tell us a bit more about your marathon yakho, because that's been going on for how long now?
Since 2018.
That's called the Howick 10K.
Yeah, Howick 10-kilometer race.
Howick 10-kilometer race. Mauyazi, you've probably seen it on Facebook. You're probably going to see it on TV sometime soon. Who knows? Comrade is
Sure.
But anyway, tell us a bit more about the 10K marathon, bro.
Okay, so
Where did it start?
yeah, so I think you were there as well, Mkhie. It was in
I've got my finger in every pie in this town.
2018, yeah. So in 2018, I was working as a fitness trainer for uSpark Group, head office at Pinetown. So I'd travel from Mpopomeni back and forth. And one of the ideas I had to do something in the community was to host a annual race. So I wrote a proposal, and then I went to the youth office. Kamasipala mangifika ngifice ngikhulume no youth manager. Youth manager, okay, I've seen your proposal, but there's somebody else from the community. In fact, there were two other people who had sent in the exact same proposal, even though they had different routes, but it was for a race. So we set up a day where we came together. Wangafika ke kwakuwumama lo wesithathu wangafika, but we arrived there noNtokozo Mlotshwa. He is a runner. He'd been running most of his life, so we all met and we decided to do this event together. So we did it as a fun run. It was an unregistered race in 2018. Then when we were doing it again in 2019, we got a call from KZN Athletics saying that we're not allowed to do a 10-kilometer race because we don't have a registered club and whatnot. But they told us the night before, so we told them, no, you can't phone us the night before. We've worked so hard to organize this event. So we ended up hosting it, and then from there we brought the team together. We registered a running club, and then year after year, I think 2020 was the only year we didn't host a race because of the COVID-19. And then we did 2021, we did 2022, and this year will be like our third Athletics South Africa accredited race.
Third.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm, bro.
Yeah.
Round of applause for that one, man.
Yeah.
And then tell me about what you have this year, man. What are you planning for the people who are going to be racing?
So I think, look, we've hosted several other events besides the race. Yeah, well, this year was the first time we hosted the KZN Athletics Cross Country League in Howick. It was the first one in Howick. So what we always try to do for the experience for our racers especially is to just make the whole process very seamless for them. I think most times in races that are organized around the province, athletes always complain about something or something that was not done well. I think the advantage for us now is we are the same team. We've been working since 2018. So mostly this year what we were targeting is just to get more numbers. I think the route is still the same.
What's
you know, most
numbers you've got?
we had 280 something people last year.
Shit.
From 180 the year before, so we doubled the number last year. So this year we're hoping if we can get 500 people, because our intention is that next year we want to do a 21 kilometer and a 10k, and then eventually we'll do a half marathon, but over the next 5 years or so. We just want to see how we do on each stage as we grow. Yeah.
I like it, bro. What do you think about that, Amanda? Useka marathon?
I won't lie. I don't think I'm fit enough for the marathon.
That's the problem. You've got to be fit. You've got to actually start being fit. Please hold this for me, sorry.
Yeah, being fit, it doesn't come easy. I did try to be fit. I don't remember the name of the gym that I once participated on, but when I'm a squat, your body becomes stiff and painful. So I couldn't stand that period of pain. So I just quitted.
You do know
I won't lie, I did.
How, when are you up? This person can give birth. This is the strongest people I know. And you guys can't take pain, you must squat.
Adlali chakam. Yo. Yayibona le club izobambisisa ungakwazi ngisho ukuvuka ekseni adlali
How about guys? No, I understand. But anyway, now ngifuna sikhulume mfethu ngendawo yethu. Ngiyacanda le ndawo mina madoda. Yo, this is one of the worst and best places ever, man. You can love it. You don't have to like it though. It's a kaya. That's basically kaya. Yes. You can love kaya. You don't have to like it because I knew. Tell me, man, what's your fondest memory ukhula nje la empofomeni mfethu?
Yo, there's so many.
Okay, give me top 5 then.
But
or top 3.
I think for me the fondest memory is ukuyodlala entabeni. Even though we weren't allowed, siyobhukuda emfuleni. Sometimes sihambe nezinja kuyozingelo when they were still like onogwaja la entabeni.
Oh, you say about like
yeah. Skupimbi balaphela entabeni. Yo, we used to do a lot. Like we hardly ever spend time in the house. So for me, I think yona lento engenza ukuthi even now ngiwathanda ama outdoors. Yeah. I feel like obviously ngoba indawo esidevelopile abantu sebebaningi, it's not a reality for most kids now. But for me those were the fondest memories insuku engayikhola. Sure.
Yeah, for me insuku engasoze ngasikhola
esikoleni.
Dala. Ngiyazona zasesikoleni in fact. Insuku engasoze ngazikhohla lezi zaMsgcozi. Lapha yakuMsgcozi ngiyoshada. Ukhonyana wakho izindlu sizakhe ngetini dalalayo kamkhulu. So those are the moments for me. Yes, ngangishadile nginawo umkhonyana wami.
Amani yolala ngane manje manje baba sebezo
So yeah, I think uMasgcozi did it for me. I think uMasgcozi, yeah.
Best time in the world.
Best time ever. Ufunda into eningi uMasgcozi, ufunda ukupheka.
So what my friend says, I'm sure akazwakala kuma mic. So Ufakazi says ukuthi ngeke usashada manje because you have to divorce lo wamshada kuMasgcozi uqala.
Ukhona uMasgcozi reality.
Reality usakhona.
I just don't know. I'm just saying it. Kodwa yeah.
Those are the best time. Mina awukhumbula udlala naMrose wawuyini wena? Onama ngawuyingane wena. Makala wena wawuyini wena makala. So but I want to buy too light skin to play uMasgcozi. Too light skin to play uMasgcozi. Where's the Hot Wheels to Toba? Where's the Hot Wheels? Yeah. Yeah, no way the BPS.
He's sick.
Yeah, man. But anyway, guys, tell me, man, if Now, I'm a vision end, aware of it, guys, and I really like what you guys are trying to do for people. But how does the average person get access to you guys, and how do they join you guys in your movements?
Should I go first? Okay. For Ithemba Labasha, how you can access us, mostly okwamanje we are hunting abantu esifuna ukusebenzisana nabo. So we are doing door to door, we are knocking, we are visiting schools like I said earlier, but also you also have access, not me alone because I represent a whole crew behind.
Also, no,
Yes, it's Maningi behind. When
How
are
many
you
of
just
you are
seeing the face? It's more than 10.
Huh?
Yes. So bakhona nabo bayazavela kunenamba futhi esizikhiphile la ungasithola khona, and then ngoba ngishilo ukuthi I'm born and bred lento ngiqale la I found it here, so wonke umuntu uyazi ekhaya ongazi text, but khona lo oyedwa kuthina ngoba ngithi sibaningi uzomazi yena uzokurefer because I'm not the core only khona nabanye.
You're the face.
Yeah, I am a face.
Am I born as a face? Am I born as in song? They're gonna come for me. They're going to YouTube. So, hey, when that discrimination. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
It's a song. We're all black. Yeah, next Nandip.
I reserve my comment there.
You reserve your comment
Yeah,
for that one.
I just
I'm best
reserved it.
now. I'm for no best.
Like I said, Klambugon.
Nangu lapha ya. Yambo dark and lovely. But anyway, guys, have you ever heard of someone called, or have you ever heard the words like people jealous down?
Jealous down.
I think we've all heard those.
Umona pants.
Mona pants.
Ngisengenezwa ngomuntu ekuthiwa ujealous down.
I'll be honest, no.
Never. But have you heard amakhumba awazibona ikhumba ekudala nje ebhala ujealous down.
Yeah.
You remember those taxis, right?
Naleya moto.
Ask yourself why. I think we must all go home and ask our aunts who jealous down was. Specifically your aunts. Specifically your aunts. Ask just a question for everyone. Nane emakhaya. Cela nibuze uaunt ukuthi who was jealous down? Okay, legend le Popomeni. I'm just saying, I didn't say anything. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. All I'm saying is everyone must go look out for jealous down because, yeah, that's a legend in women. Respect jealous down, respect Alpha Mkababa, all those people. Showcase. And guys,
Mkhie that I just wanna upendula ngaphendula.
Sure.
For ukuthola about club yet. So see club, it's called Mkhie Hawik Academy. You'll find it on Facebook. Post event esiwenzayo. So what is the benefit for abantu abasha? So between our junior and our seniors, we've got about upwards of 60 people in our running club. Who are for is kids between the ages of 6 and about 15 years old. So usually as a club, what we try to do for those kids, we will usually enter for them. When they enter races, we provide transport so that they actually can compete at a competitive level. And then for abantu abadala, there is a joining fee. You pay for a license fee, you pay 20 rand joining fee, you pay for a running license, which means you can use it. It's always valid for a year. And then you pay for your own kit. But we do try and assist where we can, because not everyone that's part of our club is employed. So anytime we get sponsorship of running shoes or anything like that, we try to distribute it. We keep a list, obviously. We try to distribute it based on the needs of the club. And then also, anything we do our horse trails. Our business's name is Popomeni Horseback Tours. So the horse trail is about a 2-hour ride. Okay. We take you around the hillside, like Popomeni, and half of the ride is inside the township. We charge per person, so you can always follow again. Ukboni Ithombe, see previous trails that we've done. You can either follow my Facebook page or Sabelo Xaba on Facebook, or you can follow our Facebook page, Mpopomeni. It's called Mpopomeni Horseback Tours. Yeah.
First time I went on a ride, man, that horse dropped the shit out of me. Left. But it was a nice.
Yeah, man. And we gave you the best horse.
Wasn't because of the horse. It was just because mountain and just the terrain was just not for me. First time riding a horse, but it was a good experience. I won't lie.
Yeah,
I'm going through the township. I want about 28 now.
Yeah, man.
But otherwise, that business. I think it's been how long it's been around now?
It started the same year as the club.
I remember when we
2018.
went to go fetch the
saddles.
and everything when you started. That was one hell of an experience. And when I was actually interested in riding horses. You never. Why not, bro? Why did you want to get onto a horse? Oh. Okay, let's leave him out. Amanda, have you ever been on a horse ride before?
I'm not even prepared to try.
Why not?
I know.
I'm a quad.
Yes.
Guys, you must get over your fears.
But it's safe.
It's safe and it's fun.
An amazing experience. That experience, I took it from... So we were on holiday in the Wild Coast for a week. And we had to ride for about 10 kilometers. So we hiked for 20 kilometers along the beach from Port St. John's. And I went to Semten to lodge. So we walked about 15 Ks along the beach, and then some guys met us. They had horses. We got on the horses, and then we rode to the campsite where we stayed, to the resort. And then the following year, it was actually in January 2018 that we went for that holiday. And then I spent the year, I was unemployed, so I used to spend a lot of time just sitting on my veranda watching, and I used to see these guys riding past all the time. Yes, and I was like, no, man, I must find out who owns these horses, because, it would be such a beautiful idea to bring people to come and ride here, because we have such a nice scenery around in Popoma. There's all the farms across, there's Mitma right here. So that's where the idea came from. I approached the horse owner. So we own the business half. I do the bookings and the trails. And then he just looks after the horses. So that's how it started. And what I've found is more and more black women are being interested to ride horses because so it's been nice to see it grow, and more people are interested.
Maybe I'll give it a try.
It's nice.
See, that's
not like uMasgcozi. It's very nice, that one.
I'll try and diverge from my comfort zone. And,
Yeah, you should try it out. Definitely.
as long as I'm going in India.
Well, the injuries is up to you on how you ride. Are you good at riding things?
No, like I said, I do not have experience, so I don't even know how it goes about. Guys, uMasgcozi, so.
uMasgcozi, you can hop and get your thing over the
But
thing.
riding on top of something, it's just. Are you willing to teach me?
It's easy.
You can teach how to ride.
99% of people that come for horse rides, they've never been on a horse, and they ride the whole thing by
So
themselves.
he teach you how to ride.
I will have to come, so post. I'll give it a try, and once I'll have to post it on Facebook.
Obviously, we want you to post on Facebook and show other people. But you must definitely come through.
So you all invited Sabelo, or she's invited?
So the question from Mkhie is, are you all invited
For the experience of riding a horse.
for the horse ride experience, not for the riding? Shut up.
No, you're all invited, guys. Just let me know when we arrange a date, and then we'll take you for the ride.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, before we finish off the interview, I want to have 5 questions. It's like a little game I want to play with you guys. It's called Would You Rather.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so
Would you rather?
yeah, it's just a Would You Rather. Then I'll ask you the question, and then you can. Yeah, well. So, Kala, whoever wants to start can start. First question. Would you rather have the ability to speak fluently in every language, but only when you're wearing a giant sombrero? Let's go Sama land. Sama Mexican is cool. or have the power to teleport, but only to random places within your city's public restrooms, in my toilet?
I would rather speak fluently
With the sombrero.
Yes.
Yeah, same. I would yeah.
How often go anywhere you want to go? What toilet? Let's say like often we send.
Yeah.
You just think about it. Uzolenda.
Yeah, that magic.
Yeah. Yeah. Must be told about Bosha. Let's see, man.
Ngikhuluma my language.
Rather have fluency.
Rather have the fluency in the language.
Uzoba namabhadi pop up ema-toilet. Yonke indawo la ngiyakhona pop up ema-toilet ayingeke.
Okay.
What a question.
Okay, second question. Would you rather have would you rather have an unlimited supply of your favorite snacks, but it makes a loud, embarrassing noise every time you take a bite, or be able to instantly learn any instrument, but you can only play it while hopping on one foot? So you the first one is either unga endless supply ya snacks kodwa njalo mawudla mhlambe uyasuza umlomo wakho.
I'll take the first one because I'm an eater.
So still
Anginankinga because even now mawudla ama chips nona likhona lowo msindo. So
kodwa manje ngekusaba uhlafa kuzoba
it doesn't matter as long as it's getting in my system. As long as it's getting in, I'm an eater. I don't lie.
Sabelo, which one, bro?
I mean, I'm an artist. Obviously, I would love to
So play the instrument and just hop on one foot.
No, it doesn't matter. What's it that?
Play scheme.
Very artist anonya a lot.
Yeah. Must keep focusing
So
mic
I
there,
wouldn't
guys.
be the first.
Uba one mic phone. Nika nufakazi mic phone because what uzwakala na. Because I want him to be involved. This is the one. Ikhona fakazi woza fakazi. Awuveli uzokhuluma eceleni wena. So, question elandelayo. Now, would you rather be able to control the weather, but have to do an embarrassing dance every time you change it, or possess the ability to turn into any inanimate object, or the ability to change in any inanimate object into chocolate, but it instantly melts within 10 seconds? I want chocolate, obvious.
No, you're getting me thinking. I want to
Wait, but then it doesn't.
We should rather control the weather. But every time you have to control the weather, maybe try evo,
Yeah.
or ufuna chocolate also melts in 10 seconds. Anything also tinta man, listen to the microphone is about chocolate is melts within 10 seconds. What do you think?
I think one of my comfort zones I like being around is where I'm in control. So it doesn't matter what comes next or what comes with it, as long as you know your power, you will control. I think I'll go for it.
Control. So riding everything, control.
Yes.
Even you're
I
riding.
think ngiyayithanda if uzoyicontrola wena, uzoyiprojector, uzoyenza ibe ne-order.
What about those things that you can't control though?
Angithi kuba my difficulties, but I believe there's nothing that you can't control. It all begins in the mind. So your mind controls everything.
Life can be like, can you control COVID? Can you control COVID coming out of nowhere?
Okay, COVID can come out of nowhere, but what you can control is how to cure it or do away with it. Yes,
how to
so
react to it.
that's why I'm saying it's a two-way thing. You can come one, but I'm gonna come with a solution.
But the thing is now, this is only control of the weather. So think about it.
Hayi weather inestili izovela inethe kanti namhlanje I need a sunny day khona ngifuna ukwenza. So I'd rather be in control of it kunokuthi kuvele githi nginento ngine event ivele inet ayisakwazi ukuqhubeka. So yini ivosho? I'll sacrifice ivosho.
Mhlambe uthi washaya u4 noma.
I'll sacrifice it as long as mina agenda yami ngizokwazi
ukudala nje ivosho yakho. Kubi hour long it's on rain dance.
As long as ngizokwazi ukuqhubeka i-idea. So nje ivosho is nothing.
Sabelo, which one would you want to do?
I'm going to control the weather.
You control your weather? Chocolate, guys.
You can buy chocolates, man.
Isizana ukuba nento yesikhashana mfethu
10
like
seconds.
10 seconds siyamelta. So whatever adunayo.
Shower in 10 seconds, bro.
No.
Oh, it's not even nice. Yeah, I think it's booze before get to chocolate. Let's say I turn that box of matches into a chocolate. When I start eating it, does it mean it will melt even when I've already started
No,
eating?
if you're chowing it. But Lana, it melts within 10 seconds. My shell lapho ngaphandle. Mazohlala ubeke nje lapho it doesn't. Well, you chow, and if you leave it again, it's gonna melt. Will you chow? Will you eat?
Nah.
I'd rather change the weather.
Rather change the weather. You motherfuckers don't want chocolate.
No, asifunde izinto ezizosheshe ziphele.
Okay, no problem.
Nah.
Okay. Another one. So, would you rather have a personal assistant who is highly intelligent, who is a highly intelligent chimpanzee? So that's like, would you rather target? But occasionally takes their job a little too literally. Or a robot butler with an impeccable sense of humor who constantly plays pranks on you. So ufuna a robot ezodlala ngawe noma ufuna ubhokfela.
Ufuna umkhovo.
Ufuna umkhovo.
Noma
Ufakazi awusitshele ufakazi ufunani?
Mina, thatha umkhovo mina.
Kuyarekhoda lapha kwena.
Ngathatha umkhovo ngeke ngidlale nje ibhatla gas izolo lingijakela irobots la lingitshela indaba yale. Umkhovo wenza wani landa imali sibuya
Chimpanzee,
ninyo.
ufuna chimpanzee.
Chimpanzees ke beng.
Ubhokfela.
Bobfela kuzimalanga. What you got
Kodwa manje
Sabelo?
ima ke ubhokfela mawumtshela into kuzomela umtshele into
Unokudlala
eqondile.
vele.
Hayi ukuthi umtshela into ukuthi bhokfela hamba ushaya amashaya around uzoshaya around ngempela. Kumele umtshele ukuthi bhokfela hamba uye kaSibanibani, hamba uye kaMroza uwenza 1 2 and 3 bhokfela.
I'd prefer that one, bro.
Why kodwa?
That one is the best. Yabo lo sazodlala ama prank kumina la ngifuna ukungena endlini yena ubhizi uyangipranka yena la irobot lami leli libolile. No, Bofela wenza one. Awulanda inkomo lapha kaphasi, buya nenkomo yabo. Ayihlo.
Amanda.
I think I'm going to support umkhovu. Angeke ngize ngithathe i-robots no.
Okay, say I
Lizoba right. Kodwa manje
Sidlala ama
prank. Emva mhlawumbe uphuma somewhere ubaselekile ufuna into zakho zisheshe ziluke yena ubhizi udlala ama games.
cabanga phela. So guys,
ngigcina sengiphahlazile.
as abantu abamnyama, don't be afraid ukushow off ngemfene yakini. Ubhokfela
So
everyone wants.
sebevelile ukuthi ukuthakatha
Yeah,
abanankinga.
very nakinga nayo. No one be embarrassed ngobhokfela wakini, guys. We all have one. It's a very good thing. Kadlala we guys, yibo. But as remember when we had the farmers market?
Yes.
I was posting up posters lapha rank. And then khona ubaba vele qhamuka wathi ba mfana wenzani la ngithi hayi yabo senza farmers market sidayisa ukudla sidayisa nani nani. Wathi yazi ukudayisa ukudla kwemfene ngabe uwina kanjani? Yebo.
Does that mean khona abantu abafuyile?
Who knows, maybe.
Zikhona mhlawumbe nawo bakakuvezeli.
No, bakuvezele yakini awani.
Awukakabi mentally fit to see that thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. Zoyezuma.
Interestingly enough, about 3 months back, we were driving from Airport Shepston. And a friend of mine was telling me about a guy he knows was a Marisbeki. Owayesanda ukuhambisa imfene yakubo back to SPCA or whatever.
What?
Yes.
That's a real need.
Lo mjita bawayaziwa nje ku community ukuthi futhi wayebatshela ukuthi hayi imfene yamkhulu ngizoyenzana imfene kwaku imfene yamkhulu wakhe. Umkhulu wakhe wayikhulisa leyo mfene and lo mjita he took on after imfene uthola mhlambe kuhlelo amajita kashibizwa. Athi bafethu ngiyabuya ngisawophakela imfene yamkhulu asuka ahambe so kwangayona imfihlo nje kwakuyinto open.
Wahlula ukumanage inheritance yakhe loyo. Bamnikeza umkhulu wakhe ifa lamhlula yena. So
Ngicabanga uzothatha imfene eselokishini uyihlalisa SPCA. Like come on, nomuntu akajwayele lento lempilo. Lo muntu wazi bethu ikasi, wazi ukuthi kuyaplaka ngo-Friday, wazi ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Ujwayele wardrobe lo muntu
showcase. SPCA.
The way I survive is way kodwa nje just.
Ngeke survive ihle leyo mfenisisa kakhulu ezibaqeda laba abanye.
Oh man.
Okay, so last one again, who would you rather? Would you rather be able to pause time, but every time you do, a random person nearby starts uncontrollably breakdancing? So like breakdancing, mawuthi wena umisa isikhathi khona umuntu ozingofaka zavela aqale nje dance, shaya ama dance, avela spinning ngekhanda. Or have the power to instantly teleport, but every time you do, you arrive at a different event. Yeah, Taban. Pride.
I wanna break dance. I don't hate them. I ain't got no issue with them, but let him break dance.
It's just like the toilet, but now every time you teleport to a pride event.
Yeah, it's a.
Like noma kuzofuneka ethawini kodwa manje kuzoqala ku pride event lesethawini kuyima.
Hey, break dance.
Keep.
I would rather pause time.
Break dance.
I-break dance mhlawumbe ngoba ngithanda hip hop so ngathi kumbuka futhi lowo muntu maye break dance. Sometimes I would just pause time just so I can watch someone break dance. Yeah, mhlawumbe ngihlaziyo njengoba sihleli sonke la angithi I wonder randomly if one of you started break dancing what it would be like. Mase pause time masuku magalela lapha phenduka phine ngekhanda. Yeah, I think I would prefer pausing time.
Amanda, pause time or teleport to any pride event in the world?
Teleport.
Yeah,
I can
teleport.
smell her.
I'm not really sure if I do understand the difference between
No.
the two.
It's first you can stop time.
Yeah.
Mau Mrs. Kati, umakalelo zovela dance lapha. Ashaya ama dance, ashaya ama break dance. Yabo.
Okay.
But local when you can stop time for everything else. And then there's layers you can teleport, but every time you teleport you end up at a pride event.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I understand. So I'd rather pause the time.
Yeah, because you imagine face you out here at Standard Bank and stuff, kufike labantu labo beyimoto. Yabo bazofaka imali kuma ATM. Pause isikhathi lidance security noma dance imali. Uyingenele ushaye withdraw.
No need for you to explain to us. But my question now would be, Uguti, are you against these people or what? That is the main reason you are choosing to stop time.
I'm not against gay people, but also like
I don't want to prefer ending up at a pride event, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm going to be damn honest.
Manje
I don't prefer ending up at a pride event.
njalo nje mfethu uma ngifuna ukutravela mina kumele ngiyobukana nezinqa zamadoda. Ngeke ngikwenze lo. Hayi bo kwahleni hayi. Not ukuthi I'm against it, you know, everyone has a right ukuthi yes, and I think it's totally okay for people to be gay. Ayikuyona inkinga. Angikho futhi intolerant.
Ukuthi nje ngeke umele
But
ukuhlala.
imagine. Yeah, I wouldn't even go to a gay club. Mhlambe kuthiwa nginomngane ogay athi awu Sabelo ungiphelezele I'm hosting this event. I wouldn't go.
Preference.
Ngingaya mhlawumbe makuyinto serious yabo mhlawumbe kuyi-event serious uzokhulunywa ngama issues are serious kuhlelwe phansi yabo.
No, but I think we should go back to this thing of I but preference.
Yes.
As a human being, you have the right to have a preference. If you prefer not to be around this place, you have the right to. You have the right for that, bro. I would say you are discriminating, but you prefer not to be.
Yes. Hayi ngoba mhlawumbe
You hate anyone. Wena khoma lo tsini.
Min. No, angilapho.
Awu lapho ngoba nobuza.
I ain't going there.
Rather pause the time.
No, but okay, but let's just do let's discuss this because I actually put this up this week. Youth Month has turned into Pride Month. How do you guys feel about that?
What do you mean?
Youth Month has no focus on the youth, I was no focus, but it has lessened the focus on the youth to focus on Pride Month. Which enjoy our man, this is the month for pride and everything. And it's a worldwide thing, man.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's overshadowed the struggles of 1976. As I said, we hear about Pride Month and now, no longer about what happened or what. I was going in the past, but let's remember the struggle that we went through to be here. Because the thing is, our issues, these guys were fighting for. Namanje are unemployed. Namanje, the education system is fucked. Namanje, namanje, like discrimination, racism is namanje. We can say we live in a rainbow nation, but there's no black in a rainbow.
Yeah, I think for me, like, again, it's very much for some of us, the youth who understand the significance of these days. Responsibility because if you look at most of our holidays, especially holiday, engathanda celebrate in South Africa, Heritage Day. You know, Heritage Day siyaba usuku siyabraya bese siyasina siyayimaketha culture yethu yabo what is the word?
Letting it out to be
what is the word in English? Yes, so we've just commercialized all the holidays. And at the end of the day, they lose their educational value. Exactly. What was the point of making that day a holiday in the first place? Because what we are remembering Youth Day for is we are remembering it for Uguba commemorate. It's not a celebration. I think I said this earlier. It's not a celebration. But we are remembering the actions of the youth at that time to stand up against a system that was oppressing them. They stood up against the system so much so that a lot of them died for what they believed in. So I think for me, like you're saying, I don't like how we are commercializing Youth Day and Youth Month, and it's the only time when the youth matter throughout the year. Where we prioritize the youth. We must prioritize the youth, in fact, daily. And number two, the things that youth stood up for in 1976. Yes, we pick that specific day in the year to remember what they did to confront power or speak truth to power, even if it meant being shot down. I think we also need, as a generation yamanje, we really need to have that sense of patriotism.
So as much as he's explaining everything, is okay with the thing changing to Pride Month rather than
No, I'm not okay with that. No, I'm not. What I'm explaining is I'm trying to explain.
Not a
I'm not
celebration,
okay.
it's a commemoration.
Yes, I'm not okay with the way we have just
Commercialized.
we've lost the value of what is the significance of Youth Month, what is the significance of Youth Day, and how does it apply now practically to the reality that we live now, and how can we learn from what that youth did in 1976, use the same principle, use the same courage, and use the same sense of a united front, or to act towards a united vision, so that we can meet our challenges that we are facing now. I think one of the other things Ufakazi asked me, lento ukuthi basenze event. Yes, you'll do an event and it's only one day. I think also we need to stop leyo mentality ukuthi ukuzama to quell our anger and frustration by giving us these events where it's just one day. There's one day of speaking about our issues and sharing ideas is not going to solve our problems. Yes, we can use the day to highlight those issues, but also we do need more consistent and sustainable programs because I don't think the world became like this overnight. It took time. So now we need to have that vision. So whatever we're doing now, we might never reap the fruits of what we're planting now. And we need to be able to
accept that. You will plant a tree that you will not enjoy the shade to.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, speaking of June 16, I feel I've got a different view about it. I'm not in for celebrating the past. Please don't get me wrong. Whatever that has happened during the 1976, that youth, the energy they put in to do away with their challenges, that was then. So I have never been part of that youth, and I only hear of what happened at that time. So I'm a type of person who believes in change. So I wouldn't invest much in portraying or bringing back the memories that took place the year 1976, forgetting what the youth is currently facing right now.
What I said in the beginning was those same issues that they were fighting for are the same issues that you are fighting for now. If
Okay,
you read back
It's
sorry
not
to
the
just butt in,
same.
guys.
It is.
Amanda,
I mean, freedom.
Amanda.
same thing. No, you're not free.
Sorry to just butt in. Amo, you say you believe you're a church goer, eh? So this thing of churches, what's it makes within our community? Kwenzakalani ngendaba yesonto within
I
umphakathi
think
wethu?
going to church, being a church goer, it helps you to rebuild your morals. Mhlambe, in a way, it teaches you how you should conduct yourself
When your pastor
as,
likes you.
as an individual.
So we
It
must go
gives
to
you-
church from Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday.
I wouldn't say Monday to Sunday, but you do need a little bit of
No,
church.
like 90% of these new pastors lack morals, and you want me to go to church to learn morals.
Do you know what I think, guys? I think, to be honest, if you want to talk about religion
Yeah, it's just,
and culture, a lot of it is corrupted now because I think it's just because of money. But mhlawumbe, if we can look back, abazali bethu or previous leaders, ukuthi how did they mobilize the community? They never excluded certain groups. In fact, they used the churches positively. Our parents, when they went to church, it was a place where they can come together. It was a place where they can discuss other issues besides, reading the Bible and talking about morals and stuff. It was a place where people came together once a week, and they were able to relate, they were able to offload, and they were able to go carry on and handle the rest of their week. The issue now, why a lot of people have criticized the church a lot, is because the church mostly is just
business.
taking money from poor people and
business
giving
now.
nothing back, to be honest. And that's what's happening with some traditional healers now as well. They're just taking money from people and capitalizing on people's fear and state of poverty. So I think that's an issue that goes across the board, even within the education system. The education system now, you'll find there are tertiary institutions which are producing skills that our society doesn't need. Yabo? That's why we have such a big problem of unemployment. You're going to tell a child, no, go and study this. And a lot of matrics get excited when they hear the FET college, you don't need points to get in. So they'll get excited. But what courses are you studying? Are they relevant to what jobs are going to be needed, or what skills are going to be needed in 5 to 10 years' time? Yeah, well. So I think it's the same across the board.
No, I hear you. Any comments from you on the side?
Where are we? Just
We're
remind me.
We're
There's a
talking
lot
about
going on.
church. I don't know how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got to.
Mina ngishaye Bible study mina scary. So what do you expect me? Ngizokashwa happy with my Bible study degree.
And open your own church.
Uzovula
Teach us
itende,
the Bible.
And back to what I always say, Amanda, with history, it's never to remember ukuthi mhlambe abantu were bebehlukumezwa or whatever. It's about what was the spirit of abantu trying to get out of a certain situation that you are facing right now in the township. The township, is not a natural phenomenon. The township was made by, why do you think we call it the ghetto? The ghetto was made by Hitler when he moved the Jews to a concentration camp. Like before the concentration camp, you're not blonde hair and blue-eyed. Same thing that happened to from KwaZenzel. angisho ukuthi it's something we must go back, but you must always remember ukuthi you are put here for a reason. And which is what we're talking about. Why do people want to come out of this place?
Okay, Mkhie, angifuni lento isihlukanise mina nawe. Ngifuna lento isihlanganise. Ngifuna ukuyichaza kahle, just highlight it. I-youth yangalesa sikhathi, yayi-brave, i-united, i-willing to die for whatever they put in plan. But i-youth yanamhlanje, they're not united. They lack vision.
Still willing
understand
to die.
Ngisho. So, angisho ukuthi angiyisupport i-youth yango 1976. Ngiyayithanda because I learn a lot from them.
Exactly.
But njengamanje, it's pointless ukubuyisa the memory because this one i-youth yamanje ayifuni nokuzwa. Yayizwa into engishoyo. That's the only difference there ukuthi i-youth esinayo manje ayinayo vision, abahlangene ba umuntu mevukile kuseni waya esikoleni wabuya esikoleni wahlala phansi wadla ekhaya wakhuluma noma wakhe noma wakhuluma nganayo wawulala. That's the type of
Do you know how you unite them with the same philosophies of 1976? You teach them about Steve Biko. Steve Biko was about black consciousness, about umuntu omnyama, umuntu omuhle. You are black and you are beautiful. That's how you start. Because the thing is, I guess you would go back to history and remind them about the best stuff. The thing is, there's a reason why now vuka nathi thina we abantu abamnyama sifuna ukufunda into esifunayo. Remember that. Angisho ukuthi mhlambe remember the best stuff. Remember ukuthi thina we had a fighting spirit because of what? Ufakazi can tell you now ukuthi he has a fighting spirit ukuthi ilokish akalifeni.
No, Mkhie, khona into ekufanele si understand manje ukuthi we are living in collaboration. La sikufanele khona samukele i-diversity sikwazi ukwamukelana.
How when I am 10 steps behind? I
am oppression, guys.
If I have to do something, I have to dig 10 times deeper than the next person. Because ngumuntu omnyama.
That's the assumption. Umuntu
It's
omnyama
not an assumption.
niyasaba ukuphumela obala.
Buka mina. I am out there, bruh. I'm going to tell you the truth. Abantu abamnyama are not scared. Abantu abamnyama are brave like ufakazi. They will come out of here because umphakathi wabo has no electricity and they will go out there and be like, guys, because that's now look and yes, but I was about to wrong but because
appreciate you,
but because lo muntu understands the situation he will die and he will fight for the situation. Asisho ukuthi mhlambe abantu have forgotten about ukuthi mhlambe
mina all I'm saying Mkhie is that asingabi ne division ukuthi sithi abantu bamnyama babenjani. Let's try and be one. Ayizento engishoyo.
What we're going to do is acknowledge ukuthi abantu abamnyama have been disadvantaged. They have been put in a township. A non-natural advantage, a non-natural environment.
There is then today we've got opportunities.
We've got amapara too. More than opportunities.
Yeah.
Let us be honest, we've got more para than opportunities. And I'm sorry to be an opinion piece on me, but ilogish, we must learn what ilogish is not where it is supposed to be, guys.
But what are we doing?
We're doing this. We're trying to put this, but we must the people that were part of the problem must acknowledge. In order to actually heal cancer, you don't just rip out a bandage, go back grand. You go in, you look at what happened in the past. Okay, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I'm not saying good divide. You must acknowledge what happened in the past so we can go forward together on the same level. Not me having to dig 6 feet deeper than you.
Okay, why can we not at least sithatheke abawekwenza ngalesa sikhathi angisho ukuthi futhi I'm sorry I will have to disagree to agree with you. Because why ngisho njalo ukuthi kuningi esingakwenza thina njenge youth yamanje kunokuthi njalo sibuyela back. Why do we have to go back? We're not going backwards.
We're not going back.
Going to the future.
In order to know one more thing. In order to know the future, you got to know where you come from. Ama roots akabalekile.
Yes, but not in a manner.
Without your roots, a tree will blow through any wind.
But not Mkhie, it is important. You never find a tree grow without being attached to my roots.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying here when singakwenzi lokho singa-attach kuma-roots ethu, but at the same time ezo-cultivate isihlahla siyakudinga lento ukuthi njalo uma uzo-cultivate uzokhulisa isihlahla esisodwa se-apula okuchaza ukuthi njalo wena ngonyaka uzobe uvuna ama-apula kanti if ukwazi ukusebenzisa yini lento or genetic modifier izinto uthathe i-seed
That's gonna make me sick.
ihlanganise. No, just wait. Listen to me nicely. Uthathe i-seed
Nature,
ye-apple,
if you're gonna
uthathe i-seed yani uyihlanganise ndawonye. It will give you a different fruit ongayazi. Mhlambe futhi ibe tasteful. You understand?
but it's gonna make
so,
you sick.
namanje lakuthina ngithi, let's try and use our diversity to be one.
Exactly.
Mhlawumbe mina ngingasho kanje just uqhubeka kancane la ushiya khona namkhize. Mina I think I understand from both sides. From my side lakho Mkhize, it's very important ukuthi uzazi ukuthi uvelaphi. Most yethu ezinye izinto ezibuya zishaye ukuthi uthola ukuthi awazi nokuthi uba igama laba bakamkhulu wakho. Uyabo? Awazi nokuthi umndeni wakho wasukaphi before uzohlalela empophomeni. Awazi nokuthi uba igama la gogo kama wakho. So leyo into iyakwenza ukuthi ube lost in the world because you find ukuthi kube difficult for you to know yourself and know your strengths and know your weaknesses and have a general principle in life nje mhlawumbe yabo ukuthi ekhaya asikwenzi lokho ekhaya siyakwenza lokho. And then number 2, into engiyibona from your side also why ngi understand what I'm saying. Izinto eziningi ebezi-relevant to really be honest guys. Izinto eziningi ebezi-relevant to isikhathi sobaba bethu bekhula. Ama-solutions aleso sikhathi awafani namanje. Yes, we're fighting the same battle, but it's a very different battleground. So important ukuthi where we are now, we really have to base our perspective on our current experience and current environment, which is a bit different from say Baba Noma or Gogo, because bona bakhule in a system that was very direct in oppressing them. It was very direct and hardcore, whereas manje the way esiba oppressed ngayo is the system has kind of said, oh, you can be free, but then it keeps bombarding us with information where we pick up that all irrelevant information and we perpetuate our own states of not moving. So for me, I support that and I feel let's maybe be more creative about how we deal with our issues, but I also agree a lot with Mkhie. We cannot say agukho relevant where we come from. I think that's where we come from is very important. Why did when our abazali bethu, when they were fighting the system that's oppressing them, what were their victories? But what were their losses as well? That's important. So we know when they were fighting, they carried the baton, and that's where their fight ended.
And how can we change
pick
that
it
fight?
up from there? But we won't understand how we're gonna pick it up from there
if we don't know where it came from.
Understand what was their fight and what did they do, what was positive, what was negative,
and
what can we do.
My biggest thing was also, we've got the whole spectrum has to acknowledge, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Indian, we've got to acknowledge our past. I would say the past was just something. Acknowledge where we are, and that's how we go forward. Come here, understand it. If a white person can live here for a week, I'll be impressed. For a week, for a week.
Just in closing for my comment for John 16, what I would say is that njengamanje, I would love us youth manje, let us be youth ezophila. Let's break the chain. Bese siba ne influence noma ne impact manje. Asiphile manje. I'm not saying let's do away with the past, but we cannot live in the past. It doesn't allow us to go there in the past. I wasn't there. I mean, I'm just reaping the fruits of freedom.
Freedom? How free do you think you are?
I am. Eventually, I'm privileged to be freedom. Namhlanje buka abazali bethu abakaze bebe part of our podcast. Lento yenza Mkhie. It's because we are free. Sine freedom ekwenza izinto eziningi namhlanje. Sinama opportunities.
If I had grown up fully in Popomen, chances are I would not have had this.
Can I ask one question? Village, just tell me about Nokulunga Gumede.
Nokulunga Gumede, all I know about Nokulunga Gumede was she was a child, one of the hippos. I'm a track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If singakhuluma ngonokulunga kumede kuzobiza ukuthi sihlukanise imindeni eminingi because kwakumede lo abizwa ngawo ubaba wakhe animazi so yabo the history says a lot ngonokulunga kumede.
The reason why I'm
No.
bringing that up is because the empowerment is not history. History is short. See, history is kuluma nge-past.
Yeah, like oh, jealous.
So masikhuluma, yeah,
those people.
nginawe Mkhie, ngifuna ungangizwa kabi baba. Ukuthi enene okay it's fine siya acknowledge mhlambe siyalithatha lelo suku senzani but njengamanje sikuphila ku2023 uJune 16 uyeza manje ikhona yini into enziwayo ukukhumbula ke
Angizona ke.
uyayibona lonto.
So the pride, that's what I'm saying, we've been overshadowed by this pride thing. And then all of us now have forgotten what these people did for us before we even got here. Yabo. I just want people to remember. Sonke laba fethu. I wasn't going ngifuna ukuthi nilwe or anything. I want you to have the spirit so ukuthi mina noma yini ngifuna ukuyenza njengomuntu omnyama ngayishaya. It doesn't matter who's going to block me.
Sure.
It takes me 10 times more for me to do this than omunye umuntu would have tried it.
Yazi
But still I'm going to do it. That's what I'm
Mkhie
saying.
ngiyakuzwa but namhlanje i-youth yethu fanele sifundise angisho ukuthi angifuni nibe nalamandla to fight guys.
Nami ngisho
But
njalo.
uma ngathiwa ngibeka manje la Mkhie abantu ababili khona umuntu othethayo mhlawumbe ukulayini sesibhedlela ufuna ukudlulisa icomplaint yakho ukuthi service yabo mhlawumbe akuphethe kahle. Umuntu mezokhuluma nale sense ukuthi udiniwe uyalwa yazi ukuthi awukwazi kumlalela noma ngithiwa into yakhe ayiphethe i-good kangakanani. So sometimes ukwenza izinto njenge youth siya ngala amandla okulwa azozivalela endleleni. So sometimes ngifuna ungizwe Mkhie. Ngifuna ungizwe. No ngizwe.
Do you know why the youth does that?
Ngizwe.
Listen now, do you know why the youth
We
does
are
that
not,
though?
no, ngizwe.
The youth,
Ngizwe.
because they do try.
Ngizwe Mkhie, don't take it personal.
No,
Sibuyela.
but they do try.
Ngifuna ungizwe. They did it ngalesa sikhathi balwa bazwakala kwasishona kwakhona igazi eliningi lachitheka. But yabo manje asiphileni kwi-youth isikhathi manje ukuthi asichithe igazi but we just sifake sense sizwakale. Yizwe into ngishoyo. So uma sizolwa siyi-youth angeke sifike phambili. Sidinga ukwehla manje relax and then approach umhlaba ngendlela
The problem is
The main reason we are fighting is because no one is listening to us.
because no one is listening to the youth.
I can't listen to you if you are fighting.
We don't
Listen.
fight before.
That's the only language abayilalelayo bona when we are fighting.
That's why I'm saying
Lalela,
Ithemba Labasha now is in place. You don't have to fight, guys.
Amanda, wait. Lalela, yeah, we comment now. The thing is, you will, as a respectful youth, I mean, I have done, let's say, I will go in incwadi before.
Yeah.
I will do the most respectful thing. Qala.
Yes.
And you don't get your voice heard for the next 6 months. Then it's serious. It affects you and it affects the community. Umndeni wakho. Eventually, because ugogo la ungxamile, because umakhelwane ungxamile, because la endlini ngxanyiwe, because no one is sorting out this problem, you will get angry.
But just to wrap it out, I'll come back to doing things with having the sense of fighting and the
We
anger.
don't start to get fights.
We're not going. Even if we don't start as a fight, why fight eventually?
Because we're not listened to.
Ziningi indlela esingaya ngazo phambili ngaphandle kokulwa.
Yeah, now just to wrap it up, ukusho from my side, lento you fighter. I think fighter kusiza. Ngachaza kanjani? Ukufighter lokho physical in our time akusekho necessary because i-system has all the power and all the weapons and they know where you are, they know what you're doing. Lokho kulwa angeke ukusize ngeke ukuyise ndawo because uzogcina in a situation like where our forefathers fought, they died. But they got political freedom ukuthi sikwazi ukuvotela to administrate the country, but there's no change in economic freedom. So really the fight right now, Tina, because we are exposed to so much information all the time, mele thina sisebenzise lo. We are so intelligent, we are so creative, and we have so much energy. So for me,
so it's a mental fight.
Fighter lo mina ngisoze nje ungibone ngimasha on the street.
Okay, guys.
Because it's never changed anything.
Sabelo, the people who are fighting, yes, ilabo abahlele emalokishini. The ones who are educated, baya-relocate ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Okay.
So if ibrother yakhe izo-relocate noma i-olate izo-relocate noma ubani uzo-relocate, then they leave you behind when there isn't any shit left for you but struggle.
Okay, again, Fakazi. Yabo mina
Okay, guys,
njengoba
sorry.
ngichaza-
Sorry,
just I just
manje,
wanna finish my comment.
the thing is, it's like all finished now.
Oh.
I think we're all done. Sekuphelile vele. Sekuserious indaba manje. Sekuphelile, we're done.
Kodwa yazi mfethu ngempela Fakazi masibuyele emaqinisweni. Uyabo mina lento engiyisho wena ngiyakuzwa lento isho uchaza i-problem leyo problem kasi yabakhona. But the solution is what I'm saying. Sikhona nje thina why mele sipoint ukuthi ubhuti walapha ema-subsidy usehlale ehawi. Asinendaba naye. Thina esibona inkinga akusukume thina.
Man, that was hectic today, man. Yes, sir. But it was nice. I loved it. I enjoyed every minute. And Amanda, out of all people, I understand your point, and I hope that you get mine as well.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But I'm in the same pace that we go. I believe in your project,
Ithemba Labasha.
Ithemba Labasha. And even if some people, try
They
to
are still going to criticize it, Bishop Bakshoy,
no,
but
when they tried to block you because you were
yes, I wouldn't even want to mention such things.
but yeah, these people try to, but it's not about band lab of it. Don't let them block you. And if it's always constructive. I always want to challenge you to actually go forward. Now it's Sabelo, bro. I've been there since day one, bro. Since day one. From 16 bars wait, man. Closing it off. 16 bars. What's rep.
Okay.
Na camera yako la.
Okay, khona ingoma ngisanda ukuyi-recorda, it's called i-self belief. I think it's nice for youth month, so ngizoniculela nje ihook nginishayela ivesi. It's put your fist up for that hour. When they no longer fear what black power is. When they don't take offense from what that sounds like. Self-belief ain't a myth, uboyizama. Put your fist up for black power. Inqinde moya ne symbol, that's ours. Amandla wethu akthina asowabamba. Self-belief ain't a myth, uboyizama. Sithi amandla, more power. Amandla. Self-belief ain't a myth, uboyizama. Ikhona ivesi lithi uboyizamo batshela ukuthi angizodlala bangongqozele yakhe ihasili benze bonke ufakazi bagolozele yakhe imasume iflexamele kunyakaza bajomba ungene emuva agcwele phambili ngiyaphakathi mentality enothili poverty sengiyikhohliwe project sengiyigoqile u7 sengukhombile ezinendlebe sezifojile 100 akuyena u40 egrand impilo yasetshenzelwa ntwana ungaforce better keep great souls all around you kusho umzali ngoba ngeke ungayithola imuhamba nesifuna imali keep it grounded ungantanti engathi umuka namanzi don't be blinded ungazinaki esifika nobukhazikhazi yo black power every hour noma abanye bengakaboni lelo cala sekukudala laqala singabasoli phela masingabambisani kuyoba ithina abasolwa yilo leli vutho ndaba lale silonda sikakapholi.
Thank you.